Welcome back to the Guardian Rebel Review, ladies and gentlemen. This is a follow up to the Alien Earth TV show. I want to talk about episode two, and episode two is titled Mr. October. Meant to make this video a lot sooner, but I've been dealing with some car trouble, and I'm narrowing down. Almost got that stuff done, but I'm back. So, anyway, let's talk about the Mr. October episode of Alien Earth. So, the episode starts off with a Prodigy search and rescue team finding the dead Manigat crew members in the wreckage, and as the crew goes through the wreckage, they find signs of surgery. They also see signs or indicators that some of the crew members were exposed to toxins, and there's also a corpse in the ceiling. So you can imagine what happened in there during the crash with the specimens getting loose, and it looks like the xenomorph did a lot of damage to some of the crew members. You also see some xenomorphs and other species hiding in the background, lurking, stalking the search and rescue Prodigy team. And then they turn to the boy genius, or the boy Cavalier. Uh, he has a conversation with the dame, the one that works for him, one of the psychiatrists. And during that conversation, he talks about the other companies, their competitors, the five companies that basically control the world, that rule the planet. And he also says during that conversation that he wants to have a meaningful conversation with someone that's seemingly smarter than him. But the most interesting thing he says during that conversation, which could explain some of the things that are going on with Wendy, he says that he gave her a supercomputer for a brain, and I think that could be the explanation as to why she has so many capabilities. That she seems to be more advanced than the other synthetics. But I'm gonna get more into that. Also, the search and rescue team encounters a xenomorph in the stairwell, and Wendy's brother, Hermit, the medic, he narrowly escapes during that encounter. And then they cut to the Lost Boys. They arrive at the crash site, and when they arrive at the crash site, Wendy appears to either hear or sense the xenomorphs. And I thought that was kind of peculiar because no one else in the group of the Lost Boys, have this capability. Then the next thing that happens is the boy genius. He refuses to return the ship to Wayland, Utah. It's really their property. It's their ship. But he says that since it's in their territory, that he's basically going to take claim or control the ship. He's going to commandeer it, and his goal is to obviously get the specimens or whatever they have on the ship and use that to his advantage and his company's advantage. That company being Prodigy. And the next thing that happens is Wendy runs off with Slightly to find her brother. After she finds him by using her ability to manipulate surveillance footage, and Slightly runs off with her. And while they're doing that, the Lost Boys find one of the plant pod specimens on the ship, and that thing looks pretty creepy to me. It's probably the most dangerous thing, probably more dangerous than the xenomorphs, but we just don't know how dangerous just yet. And the Lost Boys also find the space leech. They find that thing after it consumed and killed. Yeah, it killed them, and rather it drained the blood from those two soldiers that Morrow left trapped in that room. And the octopus specimen also gets loose, and so the octopus specimen is actually inside of a cat, and it jumps out of the cat's eyeball. It gets loose and it attacks Nibs, but the team manages to capture it. Then the next thing that happens, they cut to back to the other group, where we see there's a dinner party, and you see Hermit and another Prodigy soldier trying to convince these people at a dinner party. It's like a wig party or a costume party. They're all dressed up and they're wearing wigs like they're in I don't know, 19th century Victorian England. But they refuse to leave. They're having fun. They're drunk. They're doing drugs, having the time of their life or whatever. So they don't want to leave. And uh, once that happens, once he closes the door on Hermit and the other soldier, the xenomorph comes out of nowhere, kills the prodigy soldier, and immediately begins to slaughter all the dinner party guests. I mean, he made mincemeat out of those people. And after you see most of the guests slaughtered, you see a really gruesome scene where you see the guy, the host of the party, I guess he owns the penthouse apartment. You see him cut in half. Half of his body is on one part of the floor, and then his upper half, his arms, he's crawling, trying to get away. I don't even know how he was still alive with all the blood loss in the shock or whatever. But that scene was really gruesome. But that's what fans like to see in alien films. Uh, so I guess he ends up dying, and then the xenomorph goes to attack Hermit, but he's saved by Morrow. But obviously Morrow is not really interested in saving Hermit. He just really wants to subdue the xenomorph and capture it. And he hits the xenomorph with a powerful stun gun, and that incapacitates the xenomorph. And then he uses another weapon. It looks like some type of glue or webbing cocoon that he creates, and it surrounds the xenomorph, and he's able to capture it. It could because it's trapped in that glue-like gel-like substance cocoon that gets hardened, and he has the xenomorph trapped in there. And before he leaves with the xenomorph, he uses the stun gun on Hermit, so Hermit can't get in his way. And while Morrow is looks like he's about to get away with the specimen, but while he's trying to escape with the xenomorph specimen, some prodigy soldiers capture him or detain or attempt to detain him. But you know, we know that doesn't work. While they're handcuffing Morrow warns them that the specimen could get loose because they sense fear. And sure enough, that thing breaks loose and then rips all those soldiers apart. And while this is happening, Morrow keeps his cool the whole time. I mean, it's like, I don't know if it's because he knows these xenomorphs very well because he studied them, or because he knows he can protect himself with his cybernetic implants, or I think he has a lot of control over his emotions. He seemed to be just, I don't know, be capable. He was looked like he slowed down his heartbeat and his breathing, so the xenomorph couldn't detect his fear. And when he did that, the xenomorph didn't seem to be as aggressive. And then its attention shifted to some other soldiers, and the xenomorph took off and went after those soldiers. So I think that was interesting. I think if a person is capable of controlling their fear, then maybe the xenomorph won't be as aggressive. That's just a theory. We'll see how that holds as the series progresses. And so when the next thing that happens when Hermit he comes to, he finds an autograph baseball that has Reggie Jackson's autograph on it from the 1977 World Series, and that's where we get the title for the episode, Mr. October. That's why they call it that. And the last thing, the most important thing that happens during the episode, well, the last couple of things, Wendy reveals her identity to her brother. Lets her know that hey, I'm your sister, but my consciousness is in a synthetic body, but it's me. So they have their reunion, and once they get ordered to go back to help Kirsch retrieve the eggs in the cargo to take back to the Prodigy Island. And when they do that, or when they're on their way back, her brother gets captured by the xenomorph. And apparently, the xenomorph wants to use her brother to create more xenos. I think that the xenomorph wants to take her brother, hold it hostage like we've seen in the other films, and keep it or take it near one of those face hugger eggs so the face hugger can attach itself to her brother's face and thereby create another xenomorph. So that's what happens in this episode. Lot to unpack, a lot going on. I probably missed some details, but I'm really enjoying this show. It's very interesting. And I'm looking forward to more episodes. I'm going to be sharing some other theories and ideas and concepts I think that's going on in this show, but I couldn't get all into that with this video. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'm going to be doing another follow up video on the third episode of Alien Earth. But for now, I'm out. You guys take it easy.